Hold on to your seats, folks, because Meta just dropped a bombshell that's sure to spark fire and debate across the digital landscape. Let's dive into the whirlwind of change coming your way. Meta, the social media giant helmed by Mark Zuckerberg, has announced a dramatic overhaul of its content moderation policies that's set to roll out in the months ahead. These changes, however, are not merely cosmetic. They're dismantling the very systems Meta put in place to moderate and fact-check user content. Yes, you heard it right. Meta's doing away with professional fact-checking in favor of harnessing the power and chaos of user-generated community notes. They're aiming to cut down on what they perceive as unnecessary censoring, admitting candidly that this may inevitably lead to more harmful content slipping through the cracks. But don't worry, they assure us. The system will remain vigilant over extreme violations. Think child exploitation and terrorism. But let's not get too comfortable, because while Meta is championing free speech, the landscape could quickly turn into a wild west of online discourse. Now, there's more to this story. Meta's quietly weaving in updates to its often controversial hateful conduct policy. What does this mean for you, the user? Imagine a world where referring to women as mere household objects is no longer inherently flagged as hate speech. Or picture a policy shift allowing comments that edge into the territory of dehumanizing language towards transgender and non-binary individuals. Previously, such remarks would face the axe, but not anymore, as these sections have been crossed out of Meta's enforcement docket. In a surprising pivot, Meta will no longer crack down on remarks that deny the existence of protected groups outright. Content disputing the role of certain genders in military and law enforcement positions is now fair game in the global forum Meta provides. Does this raise concerns? You bet it does. And the digital watchdogs are barking? Experts worry these changes could unleash a new wave of misinformation and hate speech. These sweeping reforms don't just appear out of thin air. Context is everything, and this strategy may well be a nod towards currying favor with political heavyweights. Word on the street? Meta's tilt towards so-called free expression might be a play to align with figures like Donald Trump for political clout. Trump himself echoed this sentiment at a recent press conference, suggesting that the changes might be a reaction to prior threats he aimed at Zuckerberg. Now, while adjustments are being made, it's crucial to note the ongoing commitment Meta states it will maintain. They continue to uphold policies that prohibit attacks based on race, religion, or ethnicity. Slurs and targeted harassment aren't getting the green light. Meta remains adamant that bullying, harassment, and incitement remain intolerable, though this recalibration introduces a new gray area in how these definitions might be interpreted. These updates drop as Meta and its leadership, in the face of a changing political landscape, attempt to balance on the tightrope of free speech and misinformation. It's too early to call where these policy shifts will land us, but what is clear is that the dialogue around digital expression and platform responsibility is just heating up. As we keep a close eye on how these developments unfold, remember, this isn't the final chapter in this saga. We're in the midst of a digital metamorphosis, and these changes are sure to spark further developments, debates, and perhaps even more iterations. Stay tuned, because the story is far from over, and Meta's new direction will undoubtedly ripple across the tech industry and beyond.